This is Renelle, and welcome to Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and friends. And here he is now, your host, my main man, Rod Brooks.
Thank you very much, Renelle. I am Rod Brooks, and happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to Quality Hang. And as always, I'm joined on this broadcasting adventure by my partner in crime, my friend and the co-host of the show. He is Marcus Osborne. What up, dog?
What's good, man? Let's get this bitch on the road.
Yeah, baby, let's get this party started. As always, we are so happy that we can usher in the weekend, maybe for you, usher in the weekend with you. So we surely hope that you have a blood alcohol level that is not dangerous, but can register and get you in the right mood on this free-for-all Friday. Per usual, we get started by thanking our presenting sponsor, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns, 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. And whatever you're looking for, whatever need that must be satisfied, whatever need that must be filled, they can fill that need at Hop Monk. You hungry? Good. The food is fantastic. The menu wildly diverse. Are you thirsty? Craft beer selection is absolutely outstanding. And if you feel the need to be entertained, they've got that for you at Hop Monk as well. One of my favorite, absolutely my absolute favorite thing about Hop Monk is their dedication to live entertainment. Dean and the gang, they are all about either having touring acts from around the country or local acts play at all 3 Hop Monk venues. And it's not just concerts or shows in the traditional vein. They have open mic comedy night. They have country line dancing night. They have trivia night. So whatever you're looking for, whatever entertainment itch that needs to be scratched, they've got you covered at Hop Monk. So again, check them out online, follow them on all the socials, and definitely go by and see and experience one of the Hop Monk locations in Sonoma, Sebastopol, or in Novato. I'm going to change it up here a little bit. Normally we would start with, because, well, football is king, and the Niners are the big team, obviously, here in the Bay Area. But we're going to change it a little bit. You have to be in the media world. You have to be flexible, because when things happen, you must, especially nowadays, be able to react to them in real time. And I take no pleasure in starting the show off talking about these guys, and I take no pleasure in saying this, but the Los Angeles Dodgers of Chavez Ravine are inevitable and incredible, absolutely incredible. So Marcus, you haven't seen it, so this is going to come as a surprise to you, and maybe to a few folks that are watching us on YouTube and on X. The Dodgers are up 3-0 on the Brewers in the NLCS, one step away from the World Series. And by the way, the Brewers had the best record in all of Major League Baseball this year. Won the most games out of all the teams in Major League Baseball this year. So the Dodgers up 3-0 in this series on the strength of their incredible starting pitching that they have paid top dollar for. And we talked about this on Wednesday. I ain't got a problem with it. You know, that's the way the rules work. If you got the money and you have the desire, going out and buying talent is the way to win, or to not assure yourself, but to put yourself in a position to win. Just because you spend money don't mean you can win. Look at the Mets. Look at the Padres to a certain extent. But having money and spending it definitely gives you a leg up in Major League Baseball. So, on the strengths of the starts from Blake Snell, Yamamoto, and Tyler Glasnow, 3 games, if I'm remembering correctly, the Brewers have scored 1 single solitary run. All right. So the Dodgers got a chokehold on this series. It's just a matter of time, right? The Brewers are, in essence, having just one last cigarette before the execution. So who do the Dodgers trot out as the executioner? Who do they trot out on the mound? Shohei Ohtani, all right? In a closeout game, they trot out Shohei Ohtani, who has finished his pitching duties for the day, and his pitching was absolutely outstanding. Went 6 innings of scoreless baseball, only surrendered 2 hits, 3 walks, and struck out 10 dudes. Okay. But
that his most strikeouts?
But I don't know. It sounds like it. I mean, I'm sure it's the most strikeouts he's had with the Dodgers because, now that he's come back from Tommy John surgery, they've started to stretch him out here a little bit in terms of how many innings he's going in a start. Last start, he went 5 innings. So this is the longest he's had this year. I would think as a Dodger, 10 Ks. Now, I don't know how much he pitched. I don't remember how much he pitched when he was with the Angels. So I'm assuming with his talent, 10 strikeouts isn't the most. But like I said, I can fairly safely say that with the Dodgers, 10 strikeouts is the most. But anyway,
I mean, you bring that night. I'm like, if I was Milwaukee, I'd have been like, okay, now you're just showing off.
Well, because that's exactly what the Dodgers are doing. They're showing off. All right. Like we got this money and we fist to flex on you. And they are currently flexing on the Dodgers, on the Brewers. So, 6 innings of shutout baseball and 10 strikeouts. Okay. That's a solid start. Okay. Nowadays, that's a quality start. Even back in the day, 6 innings, scoreless, 10 strikeouts.
Very reasonable, very acceptable.
That is a perfectly cromulent start.
Yep.
Because you have to laugh, right? But Ohtani's pitching tonight, as good as it was, is not the freaking story. He led off the game, Ohtani did, for the Dodgers by hitting a 446-foot home run.
That's how you do that.
Okay, Marcus? I'm not done. Second AB for Shohei Ohtani in the 4th inning. He did this, dog.
Oh my goodness! Shohei Ohtani! Wow!
Whoa.
Yeah.
Up and over the roof!
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
A majestic blast!
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah.
Ohtani dropped jaws everywhere.
He got that ball and threw it out of the club.
Wow.
Look at where that thing lands. It hits the wall.
There's no stadium is holding that.
He hit it out of Dodger Stadium.
No stadium is holding that. That's not a home run park, by the way.
That's the second home run he hit tonight to go along with the 6 innings of shutout baseball and 10 strikeouts to boot.
Jesus.
Was he done? No. Mere minutes ago, Shohei Ohtani hit his 3rd home run, a shot to deep center field, well over 400 feet. This man tonight in a closeout game. Now, the Dodgers took him out. The Mariners, I keep wanting to say the Mariners, they played earlier. We'll tell you what happened to them in a second. The Brewers were all running to the bat rack because I don't have to see Shohei Ohtani. They were able to put a run on the board, but it's the bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers have a 5-1 lead. So this bad boy, unless something goofy happens, and boy, I hope it does. Don't think it will. The Dodgers are going back to the World Series. So in a closeout game to get the sweep, Ohtani goes 6 innings, scoreless, 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs. And the total foot traveled of those home runs, close to over 1,000 feet.
So this is what it must have been like to see Babe Ruth play for the Yankees.
Yeah,
like this is what it must have been like.
Yeah, I had people, because when Ohtani was available, I said, just pay him $1 billion if you're the Giants. Just pay him $1 billion, because not only are you going to have to overpay to keep him away from the Dodgers, and maybe that wouldn't have been enough to keep him away from the Dodgers. If the Giants in this hypothetical scenario say we're going to pay him $1 billion, and the Dodgers go, we pay him $1 billion too, then what are you going to do about it? But for the Giants to say, well, we'll give you $600 million, that ain't enough. He's $1 billion athlete, and he's worth every penny.
I mean,
as he is shown tonight.
How lucky did they get that he got hurt?
That they got him at a discount? Is that what you're saying?
How lucky did they get it? Like, woo!
Hey, man, you're damaged goods, so we're only going to give you $750 million. People argued with me What I said, the Giants should pay him a big. You can't pay him $1 billion. He's not worth it. He's not that good, dog.
Well, you know what's unfortunate is that
the Dodgers got him. Yes, it's extremely unfortunate.
Well, I would take it a step further. What's unfortunate is the fact that there's no way any other team was going to be able to get him. It was only going to be the Yankees or the Dodgers, and that's it.
The
I don't think
Giants could have done it. The Mets could have done it. Nope.
I don't.
Not buying it.
I don't.
It's a small select group, but you can't tell me the Giants.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not talking about affordability. I'm not talking about affordability. I'm talking about ultimately that's a guy. He's going to make his legacy with the Dodgers or the Yankees, like the two premier teams of Major League Baseball. And everything there is just this too much money and exposure. Not only are you getting a salary, but you're getting all that other ancillary shit that comes when you are,
you tell me that he couldn't get that in the San Francisco Bay Area? Come on, dog. Come on.
Huh?
No, he could have done the exact same thing with the Giants.
Dude, like
the exact same thing.
Being a Dodger or a Yankee is completely different than being a Giant. Like that's not even just debatable. Like it's one thing to be a Giant. We as a home team, we think the Giants are one way, but realistically, the country is Yankees Dodgers. The world is Yankees Dodgers. Like he goes there, his profile is so much bigger than it is as a Giant.
When he comes to you, he raises your profile for sure. And while yes, the Yankees and the Dodgers are the Yankees and the Dodgers, they are up there on that shelf. Right below them are teams like the Cardinals, like the Mets, like the Giants, like the Cubs. And I refuse to believe that the Giants couldn't have done it, the Cubs couldn't have done it, the Mets couldn't have done it.
I think they could have paid him.
Right,
that's not my thing. I just don't think that he was ever going to go to any of those teams. I think
if you offer him $1 billion, and he's not getting any other $1 billion offers, he's going to take the $1 billion offer. Besides, he's got gambling debts to cover. Allegedly, I don't know.
You were just a terrible person, dude. But what if he does have some like Jordan-esque gambling problem?
I mean, I hope so. He's got to have some flaw because he can't be this good at baseball and just.
And he's young, right? How old is he? This is his 5th season.
I mean, it's late 20s, early 30s. I forget exactly, but he's still got a long way to go in terms of him being the top dog. I mean, he's the best baseball player on the planet right now. He's clearly in the conversation as far as one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time already. Putting aside the fact that he's a Dodger, we've literally, because I will assume that people who saw Babe Ruth play at his zenith are no longer with us.
Dude.
We are literally seeing something we've never seen before.
No, not in our lifetime.
No,
not in our lifetime.
And here's what's funny. He was in a significant slump this postseason. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was on the interstate. He was hitting below 200. And yesterday he took batting practice. Ohtani did for the first time since March. First at bat, he hit a triple. Because, by the way, not only does he hit for power, not only can he pitch, he's really, really fast and really, really good on the bases. And I had people telling me that he's not worth $1 billion and you shouldn't try to pay him $1 billion to get him to come play baseball at the corner of 3rd and King. Miss me with that nonsense.
You know what's crazy about this dude is that we've completely forgotten dudes like Mike Trout.
Oh, yeah. Mike who? What? What?
Just completely forgot about these guys. Aaron Judge. Like, no one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Cal Raleigh. Cool story. Interesting nickname. Hit a home run tonight. Nobody gives a shit.
Don't care. No one
it's not their fault.
No. No, it's not their fault. Like, how do you compete with this?
Come on, dog.
Like, this even gets my attention. I haven't been paying that much attention to baseball like that in years.
And here's what's funny and or nauseating about the Dodgers and what they're doing right now. The man threw 6 innings of shutout baseball,
Crazy.
2 hits, 10 strikeouts,
Crazy.
and out of the 4 pitching performances of the Dodgers starters, Ohtani's performance is the worst of the 4, comparatively speaking.
It's
It's
crazy.
nowhere near as good as what Yamamoto did, and nowhere near as well, I guess Glasnow's last night would be the worst, but it's nowhere near as good as Yamamoto's, nowhere near as good as Blake Snell's. But neither one of those guys hit 3 freaking home runs in the game where he threw 6 scoreless innings.
I mean, you really can't beat a dude who basically is the entire team. Essentially, he is the entire team is this dude.
I'm it's cool to witness what we've witnessed tonight. Why couldn't he have, well, no way he couldn't have been a Giant because they didn't want to pay him $1 billion. Why couldn't he have been a Cub? I'd rather him be a Yankee, quite frankly. And I loathe the Yankees. Not as much as I dislike the Dodgers, but I loathe the Yankees. I'd rather him be a Yankee.
So you know who I got? You remember Brian Johnson?
The
baseball. Giants.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. One of the most famous home runs in Giants history.
Yeah. Absolutely. So he actually he's a friend.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right.
And we got into a debate. This guy is the most talented baseball player of all time. I'm like, nah, it's too early. I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't that early.
Yeah,
maybe it wasn't that early.
Nah, he's that good. I wish he were on another team. Quite frankly, I wish.
Maybe it ain't that early.
So, had to start with that since that news is.
That's insane, Rod. That actually is insane. Like you just,
he hit a ball out of the stadium. Come on, man.
That's a time capsule game. Like you can't even your draw dropped. Wait a minute. He pitched 6 innings, got 10 strikeouts and 3 home runs.
One of them that left the stadium.
And apparently none of them were small.
No.
He didn't get shortchanged on anything.
No. None of them crept over the wall. None of them. They were all majestic. Okay.
What do we find out my man was on the roids?
God, I hope so. There's got to be something. There's got to be something, man. We thought we had him on the gambling thing where we're like, okay, all right, this makes sense. You can't be that good at baseball without having some sort of character flaw. And either he is insanely gullible, where he didn't know his interpreter was robbing him, or he got his interpreter to take the fall.
He got enough money. He could have paid me to take the fall for him.
It's got to be something.
He could have paid me to take the fall for him. What is it, like 2-3 years? His interpreter.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll sit down for 2-3 years.
Yeah, Noemi's right. He's got some skeletons in his closet. It's something.
You
know what? With Pablo Torre, you know what? Get off the Bill Belichick beat. Nobody cares about Bill Belichick and his and his lady friend. Investigate Shohei Ohtani and find find something dirty on him, because that's the only way we're going to beat him. Because in terms of a fair baseball fight, it's not going to be a fair baseball fight.
And he's probably going to be better next year.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He'll be fully healthy. Fully healthy, Shohei.
Oh, good God. Let's get to the Niners. Week 7 has already happened. Fun game last night between the Steelers and the Bengals, with the Bengals getting the win on the strength of 177-year-old Joe Flacco. So the Niners getting ready to engage in football-related combat with the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday Night Football. And we do know who is in and who is out for Sunday, thanks to Matt Barrows for the information. Ricky Pearsall, we talked about this on Wednesday. That knee injury is continuing to keep him out. No surprise there. Yetur Gross-Matos, defensive lineman, he is out, and Brock Purdy, no surprise if you've been paying attention, Brock Purdy is out. The Niners do have an interesting situation here with their cornerbacks, Renardo Green and Upton Stout. Upton Stout actually hurt himself late in practice on Thursday, pardon me. So his availability is up in the air, and considering how good the Falcons are, how good Drake London is, any instability as far as their defensive backs are concerned is clearly unwelcome, but that is something that we will monitor for you on Niner pregame on NBC Sports Bay Area. What you don't see on that list, which is very good for the Niners, is that George Kittle has no injury designation whatsoever. So 5 weeks after, according to Kittle, tearing his hamstring, George Kittle is back in the mix. And the importance of George Kittle to the Niners' overall get down offensively cannot be understated, especially Marcus for the Niners' run game. And, I was doing my notes, showed you how I do all my notes. I write everything down and then put them on note cards, just doing all my notes and seeing what the Falcons are up to. And, we all watched on Monday night and we're very impressed by their offense, Penix and London and Robinson. They're very good offensive line. Atlanta's defense overall, top defense in the league. But then you start to dig a little bit deeper and you see that the Falcons, as good as they are, their rush defense, they're 17th in the league in yards allowed. They give up 114 yards per game. If you're looking at it from expected points allowed, the Falcons, again, number one overall defense. The Falcons are 20th in run EPA. So they can be run on, and they have been run on. And then we get the news today that their good young stud defensive end, Jalen Walker, he's got a groin injury. He's been really good at stopping the run, excellent at setting the edge and forcing guys back to inside. Jalen Walker's not going to play. I thought the Niners were going to get that run game back on track this weekend because George Kittle's back, because they have to control the clock to keep Atlanta's offense off the field, and by virtue of the numbers that are out there on Atlanta's run defense. All of that and not having Jalen Walker, I feel good about the Niners winning this game before that news today. I feel really good about the Niners winning this game on Sunday night with what we know so far.
I'll be curious to see how healthy Kittle is. I'm wondering if
well, I mean, he's healthy enough to play. The question is how many plays?
Yeah.
How many? Is he going to play his full complement of normal plays, normal playing time? No. I mean, it's just he hasn't played football in 5-6 weeks, so that's not going to happen. So that's they say he's not on the pitch count, and I believe that. But again, we are still talking about a human being, as insanely talented as George Kittle is, not playing football for 5 or 6 weeks. You're not going to come back and play your normal amount of plays. Yeah. Saying all of that, though, however much he plays, you're going to get the George Kittle effort, but also as long as he's out there, your run game and your red zone offense, and the Niners' red zone offense has been below par this year. They're fifth from the bottom in terms of red zone efficiency. If George Kittle is out there, and I'm just throwing a number out because I think he's going to be out for more than these plays, but if he's out there for 20 plays, that's 20 plays where the Niners' run game is significantly better than it had been over the previous few weeks.
Yeah, amen. It will be, for me, the primary curiosity factor, just to see, are we rushing this kid out a little bit before we need to? Obviously, like you said, he won't play the entire game, but I guess my worry at this point is getting people re-injured.
Yeah, I mean, hamstrings can be tricky, but
that's the thing.
The thing with hamstrings, it's rest. And for a hamstring tear, and it wasn't torn off the bone or anything of that nature, but it was more than a strain. And strains are little tears.
It was like Steph's.
Yeah, this is like a grade 1.
And that's why I'm like, okay, is 3 weeks? Has it been 3 weeks?
No. It's been 5.
5 weeks?
Oh, yeah, okay. 5 weeks. 5 weeks is that's about it. 5-6 weeks is about it. Yeah. So, I know the Niners medical staff comes under great scrutiny because of what is going on over the past few years. I'm going to go ahead and take them at their professional word, if you will, that they understand the importance of George Kittle, and I think also they're smart, maybe a little gun shy after the Brock Purdy thing with his toe. I don't think they're rushing him out there. And, after a while, if it's been 5 or 6 weeks and he passes all of the tests, there's really nothing you can do about it. He's got to go out there and play football.
You got to roll with it. You got to take your swings. I mean, I will never blame any team for doing what they think is best. If you get all the clearances and all that stuff,
Mhm.
stuff can happen still.
Yeah.
It is an imperfect science, that's for sure, because every player's individual body and the response to the action of whatever sport they happen to be involved in, you just never know how that stuff is going to turn out, man.
Yeah.
I remember they blamed the Warriors for Kevin Durant's Achilles tear, but I mean, he said he's ready to go. He seemed ready to go. It just happens, and
Yeah.
I get that. I
Well,
won't blame him.
people are always looking for something or someone to blame when because it makes them feel better.
Mhm.
It explains what they believe to be the
Yep.
unexplainable,
Yep.
So, yeah. So I like I said, I thought that the Niners were in a position, especially again with Atlanta, this being a short week, it being a young team
Mm.
coming off that emotional win on Monday night, and this Niner team that is not in a desperate situation right
Right.
now.
Right.
But this is, it could get a little sideways here for the Niners if they're not on point. And I would think watching Atlanta on Monday night got the Niners' attention, as far as individual players and then the collective, that it's a really, really, really talented group of young Thundercats they got on that Atlanta roster. And if you don't come correct, they'll embarrass you.
I mean, look. The good part is that it's not a division game. It is a conference game, but it's not a division game. So I'm not saying it's okay to lose, but this is not the end of the world if you lose this one because they keep winning all these division games. So
But you're right. But I do think for the Niners, it's one of those where life without Bosa and now Warner, but particularly
Mhm.
life without Warner is going to be difficult. And I think as you're trying to figure out how to navigate life without Fred Warner, because his absence clearly it affects the defense for all
Oh God, yeah,
understandable reasons, but it affects the offense too.
yeah.
If that defense can't get off the field and get the ball back to the offense, and
It's a rapidity.
it's his losing him affects both sides of the
Yeah, buddy.
football. So as the Niners try to navigate life without Fred Warner, just from a psychological standpoint,
Yep.
getting a win in your first game without Fred Warner won't clearly it's not going to bring him back, won't make the situation truly better. But I think what it says to the team is, okay, this is going to be hard, but we played a certain way. We played up to a certain standard
Right.
that gave us a chance to win without Fred Warner. If we could do it against Atlanta in this situation, then we can replicate that in the future. Now, clearly, every team that they're going to face is different. Atlanta is different than the Texans, who they're going to see in a couple of weeks, and different than the Giants, who they're going to see in a few weeks. But I do think, just from a psychological standpoint, for the Niners to know that they were able to win a game against a good young Atlanta team without Fred Warner in the first game they didn't have him around.
Mm-hmm.
I just it feels a lot better than you lose against Atlanta and then you lose against the Texans and you're just like, are we ever going to win? How are we ever going to figure this out? You dig what I'm saying?
Yep. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. It'll be interesting. This may be a track meet, to be honest with you. This has all the potential in the world to be a track meet.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. The trick is Atlanta's pass defense is really, really good. But could the Niners make it sort of a or if it turns into a track meet game, can the Niners do that on the strength of their run game? Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think so. But for the Niners, and this is something I'll talk about more and flesh out on the pregame show. I think for the Niners, it's going to have to be a similar offensive point of view like it was in the Rams game, where they knew they had to do what they could to keep that Rams offense off the field. And the way they did that is with ball control. They won time of possession almost 2-1, but more importantly, on the Niners scoring drives, they had a scoring the number of plays. It was 12. There was a 17-play scoring drive. There was a 10-play scoring drive. There was an 8-play scoring drive in there somewhere. I think the Niners are going to have to do that exact same thing against the Falcons. And if you look at the game that the Falcons lost to the Panthers, where they lost 30-0, Panthers had scoring drives of, I have it written down there somewhere, see if I can find it. Scoring drives of 9 plays, 8 plays. I have it written down somewhere. I have to find it. But they had scoring drives where it was a lot of plays where they kept the Falcons offense off the field. Also, Michael Penix threw 2 of his 3 interceptions in that game against the Panthers, and one of those got returned for a touchdown. So for me, I see the game. I don't think it's going to be a shutout. It's not going to be 30-0. But I see the Niners having a keep away approach, scoring drives that are 9, 10, 11, 12 plays. I think the Niners finally get over 100 yards rushing, something they haven't done since the first game of the season against the Seahawks. And I think, I've been joking around about this. I'm going to keep saying it until I get it or until they prove me right. I think this is the week the Niners get that interception that they haven't gotten in 13 games going all the way back to last season. I'll just keep saying it. And eventually, because the Niners are going to go an entire season without a pick. So if I just say it every week, eventually I'm going to make myself look smart.
One of the great things about Kyle Shanahan, and I think this is one of the reasons that he keeps beating teams and he keeps other teams off kilter, is that they're a run-first team in a pass-happy league. And folks just aren't ready for this shit. They aren't ready to deal with teams that run as well as the 49ers have in the past. And the typical 49er game plan, which is we're going to run it.
But that's the problem, though, for the Niners. It's the run game in the past. I mean, the Niners are 30th in the league in runs.
I know, man.
Outside of the tackles. The Niners are 29th in explosive plays. The Niners still haven't had an explosive plays or plays over 20 yards. They still haven't had a run over 20 yards. The interior offensive line. It sounds almost childish to point at George Kittle and go, that's the reason why they haven't run the ball. And his return is the reason why they're going to run the ball better. But it really is George Kittle. I mean, the interior offensive line has to play better. The wide receivers. I mean, we know the Niners wide receiver situation where you don't have Pearsall, you don't have, Deebo Samuel's not there anymore. And I'm talking about from a blocking standpoint. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk is not there. You got Kendrick Bourne, you got Jawan Jennings, who clearly is not healthy. Demarcus Robinson, who just got in the mix. I mean, these guys don't have the wide receiver blocking in the run game thing down the way that the Niners run game needed to have. So there have been other circumstances, but George Kittle is that dude. He's an extra offensive lineman that can catch passes and makes them much better in the red zone. Him coming back, however many plays he plays, is going to make the Niners a much better offensive team.
So how important is this game?
Like I said, from a psychological standpoint, I think it's important to get that first win in the post-Fred Warner era for this season. But for reasons you just detailed, it's not a division game. You're up 3-0 in the division. It's still early in the season. It's not a killer by any stretch of the imagination if they lose it. So I do think if you lose it, depending on how you lose it, if you get your ass kicked, then there is no sugarcoating it, and there is no but if you are competitive and you just get beaten by a team that is younger and better, as the Falcons are definitely trending towards both of those descriptions. Hey man, you take it and you move on and use it as a teachable moment. So it's not massive, but like I said, I do think to win a game without Fred Warner will provide a boost for this Niner team as they try and truly navigate life without their best player.
Yeah,
because he was.
That's facts.
Yeah.
It's facts. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is going to, I'll actually watch the entire game.
Yeah. Escobar, I disagree on the Robinson part. He played for the Rams and run the same style of offense and asked their wide receivers to do the same blocking. I don't disagree with anything you just said, but if you go back and you watch him, he ain't doing it like they need him to do it.
Yes, sir.
So just because he did it before on another team, that don't mean anything because he ain't doing it now.
Yeah, it's not happening. So.
Now, does that change with George Kittle in the mix? I don't know. I don't know. Why is my voice so high? I don't know. Week 7 is here. Let's look at the week 7 slate, shall we? It's gonna be a fun week 7. You got some really good games coming up here. We got a good one last night with the Steelers and the Bengals. I think Saints Bears can be a fun game.
Oh, I'm guaranteeing you this Raiders Chiefs game is going to be good.
It's
going to be good. They're always good.
You think so?
Yeah, they're always good games, and typically they end up splitting with the Chiefs. So
I just remember the Chiefs not too long ago running that ring around the rosy offensive play on the Raiders.
But these division games are always weird like that, and I think where are they playing?
In KC.
Ooh,
I'm not a gambling man, but you want to put some money on that?
Now I have to rethink that whole thing.
I mean, hey, like I said, gambling ain't what your boy get into. I ain't never gonna pass up no free money. So I just say to you, bet it.
Yeah, but they usually get a split with the Chiefs. Like it's a weird thing. They always give the Chiefs one of those weird losses.
But you don't think it's going to happen on Sunday?
I don't think it happens in Arrowhead. No.
Okay.
I can't see that.
Giants, Broncos. I think. Yeah. I mean, they're still the Giants until proven otherwise. But Jackson Dart. Okay. All right.
I like him. I like him.
All right, white boy. We see you. We see you
out
there.
Kid.
Texans.
That Green Bay game looks garbage to me.
Yeah, I've been very unimpressed with Green Bay, and of course the Cardinals being the Cardinals, they are perpetually unimpressive. The London game, I think is going to be a good one.
Yeah,
Jaguars and the Rams.
Yeah,
that's going to be a good one. Obviously, Eagles and the Vikings, Colts, Chargers. That's a good one. Both the Monday night games, I think, are going to be very, very fun with Tampa and the Lions, and then my Texans and the Seattle Seahawks, and obviously the Niners and the Falcons. I think this is a strong week 7, brother.
Well, yeah, there's some pretty decent matchups here.
Yeah.
I hope nobody's watching that Browns-Dolphins game. That's just a waste of your time.
People will. That
says you into sadomasochism. That's your kink.
Or you're a gambler. I mean, but you know what though? But if you're a Browns fan, then sadomasochism is clearly your thing. Why would you be a Browns fan? I mean, clearly you are a glutton for punishment.
Boy, and you know what's messed up is those Browns fans are so loyal. Like those are really like loyal ass fans. You can't give these guys a decent season. No,
all bad. They watch Joe Flacco, who they traded away in the division, go out and beat the team that they hate the most in the Steelers, and the team that they can't beat, the Steelers. And
bad.
While Joe Flacco did the very smart thing last night, which was, where's Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the ball to him, right? Now, the previous guy couldn't do it, so I don't know. I guess you give Flacco credit for actually, doing the actual act of throwing the ball to Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
But Joe Flacco, if you're a Browns fan, you're like, wait, he could do that there. Now, clearly, there's no Jamar Chase on the Browns, but he could do that for the Bengals, but he couldn't do that for us. Like, it's the Browns, man. The Browns be brown.
I mean, they thinking with the Browns, they've actually got decent talent over there. That's why.
But defensively, they're very, very good.
That's why them being bad is just, it's got to be frustrating to the fans out there. It's just, why is it this way?
Yeah. Well,
if you're the Raiders, you have an excuse because basically you don't have any talent. But these dudes they got some folks over there,
brother. The Browns be browning.
For sure.
That's the way it is. That's the way it is.
So,
week 7 looks like it's going to be a barn burner. If Thursday night is anything, what we saw last night, I think we're going to get some pretty good matchups and some pretty good contests on Sunday. We were just talking before the show that that deaths happened in threes. Um,
This is like fives.
yeah, right.
Seriously, this is crazy.
Oh boy, it happening in three seems to be undefeated.
Yeah, man.
Last week, actress Diane Keaton, she passed away due to complications from pneumonia. On Wednesday, we were saddened and shocked by the news that the great D'Angelo passed away from cancer, pancreatic cancer. And yesterday, we got the news that Ace Frehley of Kiss
Yeah, man.
passed away. And he was 74 years old. Was still out there touring, but suffered a fall a few weeks ago and was unable to recover from that fall.
Damn, what was the
Spaceman.
fall?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's dog. It's.
I
as
mean,
you
he
say.
wasn't old.
Yeah,
old,
but
old.
well, he was 74 in rock and roll years is, and I mean, dog. I know people
But
whose parents are in their 70s and a fall will happen, and it
Man.
is a steady decline from
Yeah, man.
that point.
The funny thing, I was never a gigantic Kiss fan. I was completely entertained by them.
Oh yeah,
I
sure.
love the theatrics.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a couple little like fun little Kiss fans get mad at me for saying it, but they were just lightweight pop rock songs from my standpoint, which is fun. I'm into that, but I was never like a Kiss addict. You remember, like I was more into the cartoon, the TV shows, the movie,
The action figures.
Yeah, I was more into that than I ever was. I ain't gonna lie. But that being said, you cannot deny the fact that these guys were huge.
Well, here's what I love about Kiss and specifically Ace Frehley's contribution. Kiss clearly was first and foremost, were a visual product.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Were they not the first glam rock band?
They weren't the first. I mean, you had T-Rex and New York Dolls, first two examples that come to mind. But Kiss, they were glam rock on steroids. I mean, clearly, the makeup and the platform boots and the theatrics and all of that
blood.
Stuff. Yeah. So Kiss was clearly a visual band first and foremost. But from a music standpoint, and I'm right there with you. I wouldn't consider myself part of the Kiss army, but I'm not going to sit here and say that Rock and Roll All Night, didn't hit me in the right spot, or I Love It Loud didn't hit me in the right spot. Right. And the thing I love about Kiss from a musical standpoint is that while they were first and foremost a visual band, the way they sounded, that guitar came from that guy.
Yep,
came from Ace Frehley. Like you know a Kiss song when you hear it because it has a distinct guitar sound. And the reason it has that distinct guitar sound is because of Ace Frehley. He was an incredible guitarist who I think, and I wonder if he's written a book or if he's ever talked about this. I'm going to look that up later on down the road if I remember. But I wonder if he ever thought that the makeup and the Kiss theatrics, and I don't say that in a negative or condescending way, but I wonder if the makeup and the Kiss theatrics, if that overshadowed his guitar playing for a lot of people, and he didn't get the respect that he deserved as far as being a master of that instrument, because Ace Frehley was a really good guitarist, and you don't have Kiss if you don't have Ace Frehley.
That's a really good question. I mean, because remember, there were a few years where they took the makeup off and they went without the makeup,
and it was bad.
Oh boy! Like,
man, let me
wow.
tell you,
they're like, oh, I think people want us with the makeup on, y'all.
Brother, them was faux ugly dudes. I remember when that happened. I remember watching that on MTV.
Yeah,
it was huge when they took the makeup off.
Yeah,
and each guy, as they revealed him, got uglier and uglier.
I mean, you want to talk about the power of being a rock star. I'm sorry. Ain't no way on God's green earth Gene Simmons is getting that much ass if he's not in Kiss.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ain't a chance.
Heim
not
Witz,
handsome.
which is his real name. Heim Witz, the school teacher, is not getting as much play as Gene Simmons.
Not a chance.
The God of Thunder from Kiss? You don't say.
Not a chance. I used to tell folks, hey, I love you, Jay-Z, but he's always the example I use because women would debate me about whether or not women are into guys just because they're rock stars. I'm like, okay, Seal hooked up with Heidi Klum and Tyra Banks.
Yes.
I ain't saying, listen, I ain't mad at all, but if Seal is not Seal the pop star, and if he's Seal the Taco Bell shift leader, no action.
Even if he could sing like
Nope.
Seal the pop star could sing, it's probably not going to happen.
No action. No.
Well, listen, not that kind of action. Not Heidi Klum, Tyra Banks action.
And then he had them, like literally had children. Like
yes.
What are we talking about here?
Yes. There is actual proof that he had intimate relations with Heidi Klum.
Yes, sir.
Like
yes,
there are people walking this planet that prove that Seal and Heidi Klum had relations in the biblical
indeed.
sense. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Jay-Z and Beyonce. Please don't tell me you think Jay is pulling B.
No.
If he's not Jay-Z, the greatest hip-hop star of all time. Like, what are we talking about?
Absolutely not. No, of course not. No. Celebrity helps for sure. So rest in peace to the great Ace Frehley of Kiss. Rest in peace, Starman. You were a massive influence on a lot of people who wanted to play guitar because they saw that guy on stage and thought, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. And even if you're not a Kiss fan, you got to admit, it was cool. It was cool. It was a little corny. But it was cool.
I wasn't a hater. Cool.
Yeah.
He got some cool little songs.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
If I'm gonna rock out, I'm gonna go out with some hardcore stuff.
They even made a disco song. I was made for loving you. The fact that this guy, all right, and the rest of them made a disco song. You got to do what you got to do.
People will never understand, particularly younger people will never understand how gigantic disco was. Like they don't understand how they were actual rock stars.
Yes,
literally putting out their own disco songs.
Like Kiss.
Just to stay in the game. Like
right.
It was crazy.
Right. Oh man.
It was crazy. We got the Stones. They got to put out the disco song.
Yep.
Got to put it out.
Got to put it out.
Crazy.
To put it out. Rest in peace, Starman. Rest in peace. Let's see here. This is one of my favorite stories this week. So we're getting close to the end of NBA preseason training camp.
Yeah,
Warriors are playing their last preseason game tonight, actually. So now that we're getting close to the real deal, teams are starting to lock in. But a lot of teams, and the Warriors used to do this, the Warriors and other squads would have their media members play a basketball game. Right.
Yeah.
And, it's all fun. And, the players and the coaches of the team gets to watch and okay, these are the people that are writing about us. These are the people that are critiquing us. Let's see if they can play basketball. And you got some cats who can hoop. And a lot of times these games happen with hilarious results. You find out that members of the media are members of the media for a reason because they're not athletes. I played in one of those games once.
You did?
I did. A Warriors media game. This is at least 15, 18 years ago. And I'm at the top of the key and I'm defending Jim Barnett.
Nice.
Who gets me isolated. He looks over to somebody on the sideline and he goes, watch this. And he tries to shake me, right? I fouled the shit out of Jim Barnett. Jim Barnett has not spoken to me since. Because let me tell you something. I was not going to let him G off on me. Was not, it was the fight or flight kicked in and I decided to fight. I fouled the shit out of him.
I ain't mad at you, dude.
And he is. You're not mad at me. Thank you, Marcus. But Jim Barnett is holding a serious grudge because of my fouling. Anyway, so teams do this across the league. And so the Celtics were supposed to do that. Well, because the Celtics are coached by a legitimate crazy person in Joe Mazzulla, their coach Joe Mazzulla said, nah, the media members aren't playing each other. The media members are going to play the Celtics coaching staff. The Celtics coaching staff that is made up of Division I college basketball players, and I believe one guy that actually played, Paul Presley, that actually played in the NBA. So what happens when an NBA coaching staff, in this case, the Celtics, plays the media that covers them? The results are hilarious
and predictable.
Jaylen Brown there, by the way. Loving every minute of it.
Okay.
Did you see the score?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not done. They're not done. That was 12 minutes, okay? 12 minutes of running clock. The score ended up being 57-4.
Were people surprised by this?
57-4. Come on, 57-4.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
57-4.
I'm not in any way shocked by this.
57-4 in 12 minutes.
These are reporters versus coaches.
It
is the equivalent of basically me and you and some other dude going against some toddlers. They are not good at basketball.
I ain't gonna let Jerry Stackhouse give me 57-4, 12 minutes of running clock. No.
But they're playing team ball.
No.
Yeah, I can never see it. If it's 1-on-1, then we can hack our way into like a couple of points. Team ball, no. We getting mopped. Matter of fact, I would only do this because I know the outcome at the end, and I'm doing this just for the story afterward.
You've already made peace with the fact that it's going to be an absolute drubbing, and you're just in it for the experience and the possible story.
Right?
Okay.
If it was me, you, and a couple of other reporters from San Francisco, I'm like, listen, y'all, we already know how this going in. So let's just get a good sweat.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's not. I'm not saying that if I was playing in that game that they would have won. I'm not saying that. Just you ain't gonna beat me 57-4. Right? Like we got to get double digits out of this.
I would take consolation in the fact that it's not me that's getting beat.
It is we.
It is we. I'm taking the collective. We were not good. We were not. Because I know for a fact. Because look at who the coaches are first. Like, oh, this dude played. This dude played. This dude played. This dude played. I played nothing. Like high school was it for me.
Let me see if I can find the list. Oh no, I don't have it.
That's right. Who are the Warriors coaches?
Yeah.
Stack you seen Stack? Stack is in great shape.
Yeah. Stack might be a problem on the block.
Stack is in great shape.
That's a good point.
Coach Kerr would probably still light some people up. Because he ain't gonna be running.
Yeah,
That's true. He just go stand there and shoot.
Just stand in the corner. So the talk is now, other teams have seen this, that other teams are thinking about doing this as well. From what I understand, the Nuggets are supposed to do this. Their coaches are going to play their media members, and maybe the Warriors are thinking about it as well. So if this does happen with the Warriors, I'd love to play, but my hamstring.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, only if you would have caught me a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Wish I could be there for you, fellas.
Oh, wait. Who am I? Tim Kawakami? Yeah, we might not win.
You sure about that? Might not win.
We
Might not.
might not win.
You gonna leave that might not qualifier in
All
there?
respect to the great Tim Kawakami. He could be an amazing shooter.
But you have to get it off for it to actually count as a shot. So.
Right. Now, listen, I will say this. One thing you're not going to do is swat my shit into the stands.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That ain't happening.
Yo, I mean, we'll run some of this back here. Man,
that ain't happening.
These Celtics media members were getting drugged. Look at this guy right here. They're just abusing that poor woman.
Yeah. These dudes are not in shape.
Yeah, look at this guy right here on the floor. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, now this here is just, that is unfair. Yeah. I mean, come on, look at that guy.
Shot.
And I'm not gonna look at the guy on the floor. That's what I'm talking. That's the thing. They spent more time on the floor than anything else.
You can't be coordinated.
Look, just get that shit out of here. No. Jaylen Brown is loving every second of that.
Peasants.
So yeah, I'm just saying, 57-4. Come on, dog.
I suspect that we would lose somewhere in that neighborhood, but you ain't swatting my shit.
Nah, I mean, 12 minutes.
You ain't swatting me.
57 points in 12
Well,
minutes.
they put up a bunch of threes, Rod.
It looked like it was nothing but threes and dunks.
I mean,
yeah,
that adds up fast.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Didn't think about it that way. I don't know what though. I guess the 57 I could live with. It's the 4 that would bother me. Like I said, we got to get at least double digits, right?
You would hope.
Got to get at least double digits. 4 points.
But who is on my squad? Who is on my squad? That's what it comes down to.
I am talking cash shit here from the comfort of my own home, sitting in a gaming chair on a Friday night, talking to a camera, talking to my buddy on the camera. I am just talking mad shit.
I get Spears out there to just run into some people. Just get his Barkley on. Just put that big ass on people.
We get my man Bonte Hill. I think Bonte got a couple of
buckets. Bonte get out there.
I think Bonte's got a couple of buckets.
We have a pretty good shot because we got some size and some people still relatively young enough. But then we'll start playing, and then we'll see how huge that gap in skill is.
And like I proved with Jim Barnett, I got fouls in me. I have no problem using fouls. None. What you ain't gonna G off on me. Please believe that. On this date, October 17th.
My man just counting the fouls. How many I use? I got 3. Okay. All right.
Hey man, you go get these fouls. They're gonna be real fouls. They're gonna be touch fouls. They're gonna be real. And I'm not trying to hurt nobody.
No, never.
But I'm also not trying to get embarrassed. So the fouls will be, they will be relative to how the game is happening. All right.
That's right. That's
worse
right.
we're getting, the rougher the foul will be.
As it should be.
As it should be. On this date, October 17th. This one here is mainly for me. They called former LSU head coach Les Miles the Mad Hatter. And on this date in 2015, the hat was at its maddest. We take you to one of the greatest places on God's green earth, Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where my number 6 at the time, LSU Tigers are taking on the dastardly Florida Gators, who were ranked 8th in the country at this time. On this date, October 17th, 2015.
To settle for 3. This guy hasn't missed yet. This will be a 33-yard attempt for Domingue. And it's a fake. The throw to Domingue. He bobbles it. And then he heads to the end zone. Touchdown.
Les Miles was an insane person.
Yeah, he's kind of a weirdo.
He was a full-on weirdo. A full-on grass-eating, student harassing, going for it on 4th down or running fake field goals, complete crazy person.
I hate the Gators. I just,
Oh man,
I
yeah.
just hate the
So
Gators.
Les Miles pulled off another one of his crazy. Hey, I think he should run a stupid trick play here in fourth quarter, and it worked. Seemed like it worked every single time. LSU eventually beat Florida 35-28 on this date, October 17th, 2015.
Golly, 10
Yeah,
years.
yeah, flew by. On this date in 1989, at exactly 5:04 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time,
Yeah, man.
this happened.
Fails to get Dave Parker at second base, so the Oakland A's take.
Parkway.
I'll tell you what, we're having an earth.
Still kind of chilling, isn't it?
I
We
never
all
forget
remember
it.
it. We all
Never-
remember. We all
never
remember
forget
where we were. I was in college and in the dorms, and we were watching on the communal TV, and that happened. And I remember saying to whoever was around, because I distinctly remember hearing Al Michaels say, "We're having an earth." Like, oh, they just had an earthquake, not knowing truly what, had never felt an earthquake, didn't know obviously the extent of the earthquake, didn't know how strong it was.
Yep.
But when he said we're having an earth, I, and I'm sure many other people, figured out immediately in real time that an earthquake was hitting San Francisco,
Yeah.
magnitude 6.9, and I'm sure the vast majority of people who are nice enough to join us here on Quality Hang on this Friday remember where they were and was in some way, shape, or form affected, or you know someone who was affected by the earthquake that interrupted Game 3 of the World Series before it started on this date in 1989.
I remember, as a matter of fact, I was working for the Coliseum that year. I was an usher at the Coliseum. And I remember going, I'd be glad to get this. I can remember thinking, we're going to sweep the Giants, which still happened, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, basically it did, yeah.
But it was a trip because Dave Stewart left Candlestick Park and went on over to the Cypress and started pulling bodies out.
Yeah.
When the Cypress collapsed. And that Cypress thing is probably the most tragic part of all of it. People remember the pictures of the Bay Bridge falling, or not the Bay Bridge, but that big plate in the Bay Bridge. Pictures of the marina was a mess.
Yes.
But that Cypress coming down, man.
I was looking at some newspaper reports from that day and the day after, and the majority of the fatalities caused by the quake was because of the Cypress structure. Over 50 people died when it pancaked. And I remember seeing that footage as well. You know, and again, at that time I'd never been to the Bay Area, so I didn't understand the lay of the land. I didn't know. I'd never seen a double-decker freeway before. I didn't even understand the concept of, like, you could do that. But even still, though, seeing the freeway pancaked was shocking. And then moving here and seeing where that was. And
because you came just only a few years after we had it.
97. So yeah, not too long. And they had just finished tearing down the Cypress, if I'm remembering correctly, when I moved here.
It took so long to get that thing torn down and rebuilt. It was insane.
So moving here and seeing, just understanding the geography and like actually going to the marina going, oh, okay, now I get it. And I remember before they put in the New Bay Bridge, because you would drive over that part that was rebuilt after it fell on the Bay Bridge, and you could feel the difference as you rolled across it. You know, it was different, obviously, because it was newer because they had to replace it than other portions of the bridge. Just moving here and understanding the Bay Area, it made what happened on this date, 1989, even though I wasn't here, it made it more visceral to me, that I could understand kind of sort of what had happened.
You know, one of the things that we talk about every now and then is the fact that World Series probably saved thousands of lives, not hundreds.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we'd have all been on but that's rush hour.
Yeah.
Height of rush hour.
Yeah.
So all of the bridge, Cypress, all that stuff was going to be packed with people.
Yeah.
Luckily, there was nobody on the roads that day, or this
Yeah.
would have been a much worse disaster.
Oh, that is a very, very good point. We all remember where we were on this date when the big one hits. Loma Prieta quake, magnitude 6.9. And again, now, having gone through a few earthquakes, none as strong, obviously, as Loma Prieta, but knowing what an earthquake feels like, a 4 something gets your attention. 6.9?
Was that it? I thought it was stronger than that.
Jesus.
I thought we hit 7s.
I mean, what I saw was 6.9.
I feel like that may have been like the initial.
Oh, okay.
But let me check, because I feel like it ended up being like a 7 something.
I'm going to tell you something. 6.9, 7, whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, it's my God. That it was absolutely frightening.
It was so crazy, Rod, to look out my kitchen window, because I was washing dishes by hand, by the way, washing dishes and watching. I had a TV set on the kitchen sink, and I looked out the window and I just saw the entire street waving.
Oh my God,
it was just waving.
That's unbelievable. Absolutely.
Goodness, look at this.
I couldn't even imagine.
It was so crazy.
What that must have felt like. Couldn't even imagine it. We wrap up the show, as we always do, with the best thing I've seen today. And here at Quality Hang, we love love. Okay?
Absolutely.
And because we love love, that's why Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson are the official celebrity couple of Quality Hang.
Preach.
And after laying low, they have gone public with their courtship, going to galas and restaurants. Klay even cooked for Klay Thompson. We showed you that a few weeks ago, where she fried him some catfish, made him some spaghetti, and you could just tell by the look on Klay's face that his world had been turned upside down in a good way. And as you see here by this picture on the screen, just oh boy is smitten, and understandably so. So they're public. They're showing affection in public. Megan Thee Stallion and Splash Brother number 2. Yes, they are an item, and they are the celebrity couple, official celebrity couple of Quality Hang. So naturally, people are asking, well, what's next for these two crazy kids?
Oh boy, what comes next.
What's next for these two crazy kids? Well, I'll tell you what's next for these two crazy kids. Well, now it's time where you got to get real serious, and you got to start bringing them around the family.
Yep.
So what did we see not too long ago? And the best thing I've seen today, this picture. Megan Thee Stallion.
Yep.
And the woman she's sitting next to,
chilling with moms.
You don't have to squint real hard to see who she resembles. Matter of fact, I'll bring up a picture of Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. Okay. All right. Let's get a good look here at, remove that. All right. There we go. There's Klay. All right, you see Klay there? All right. Now, the woman sitting next to Megan Thee Stallion, who does she look like? It's Klay's mom.
Yep, buddy.
Oh, boy.
Yep, buddy.
Klay done introduced his girl to his mama. It's over. It's over. It's over.
Oh, these are facts. When you start meeting the parents, things getting serious. And let's be honest. Megan got this wrapped up because she's a Southern girl. She know how to act around somebody, mom and daddy. She know how to act.
Acting all bougie and sedity.
She gonna put it together.
Like, can you believe that this woman did the song WAP? I can't believe that. Not the way that she's been acting around Klay's mother. So they have gone from nobody, they're keeping a relationship out of the public eye,
Yeah.
to being a little bit official to, and I put it out there on Instagram.
Yeah.
And Megan feeding Clay
Yeah,
fried
buddy.
catfish and spaghetti to now Megan meeting Clay's moms. Just when's the wedding? That's all we
Yeah.
want to know.
I
Because
mean,
it's coming. It's
Oh,
coming.
it's definitely coming.
Oh yeah.
Definitely coming.
Oh, yeah.
I got 6 months.
Oh, you
I got 6 months.
Well, I mean, I was thinking after the season, but yeah, okay.
I got 6 months. 6
You know.
months. That is gonna come. Because I think that will have been a year. Yep. 6 months. We're gonna get that announcement. Megan Thee Stallion is now Megan D. Thompson.
Splash sister-in-law. I ain't mad at him. Matter of fact, I'm absolutely rooting for those two kids. So it's getting more and more official by the day. H-Town's finest, literally, Megan Thee Stallion sitting courtside with Klay Thompson's mom.
Sweet.
That's the best thing that I've seen today. Oh, you crazy kids.
Sweet.
It's a wrap, dog. She done met his mama. It's over.
Yeah. You start meeting people because dudes ain't introduce you to their parents.
No.
Without it mattering.
So. No. No. Lord, no. You just don't introduce any old bride to your mama. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I mean, there's
I always had the 6 month rule. Like you can't meet nobody until we going out for 6 months.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure this is serious.
100%. I got to make sure you know how to act.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay. It's already going to be a barrage of questions. I don't need one of those questions being, so are you really sure about this? Because she's No, I need to know that you know how to act around people that are important to me. Because if you don't know how to act around people that are important to me, you can't meet none of the people that are important to me.
At all.
No, we're not doing this. What are we like? What are we doing? Not that.
Yeah, you getting waved. I promise you.
You're getting waved.
You are no longer on the team.
Oh man, that is the Friday edition of Quality Hang. As always, we once again thank our presenting sponsor, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns. 3 locations to choose from. Check them out in Sonoma, Sebastopol, or in Novato. To the Quality Hangers in the comments, we absolutely love you guys. We love that you've made a community. We love that you mix it up in the comment section. And I try to get to as many as possible and throw them up on the screen. But please know that you guys are an integral part of what we do. And we always appreciate you guys hanging out with us and making this show fun and making this show different for sure. Everybody have yourself a fantastic weekend. Marcus, my brother, it was a stone groove.
It always is. Let's do it again.
We shall do it again on Monday. We will see you folks at 8 o'clock. Have yourself a great night. Have yourself a great weekend. And as always, be good and be good at it. We'll see you. All right, my brother.